Okay. Quiet in the studio. We can see that Mark has actually brushed his hair.
Always, mate. Oh, what about you?
Is there? Trevor.
Couldn't be bothered.
Trevor couldn't be bothered.
Just took my bobber off, that's why.
Okay. Quick introduction. Yes, Mark Hartley, commonly known as Statsman, but very common.
Cheers, yeah.
And maybe Candlewick. Mr. Trevor Nicholls, commonly known as the Gazelle. And obviously, I'm your absolutely fabulous, super host. I've got no beep, so I can't do this right now, so watch with the swearing. Okay. All right, let's get on with this shit.
So it's not me you need to be telling about the swear, I think it's
yourself. What? Potty mouth. Okay. Right. Now, the first story and the big story of the week. Musk and Dominic Cummings working together. Who'd have thunk that? You seem to be quite well prepared, actually. I mean, especially when you hear Musk calling Keir two-tier Keir. Two-tier Keir? Any
How's that relationship come about then?
I don't know, but I mean, you couldn't get a better guy to actually tell him about British politics, could you?
No.
I mean, he actually, well, Mark, fill us in on a few facts about the guy.
I don't know, is there much to this? Are they actually really working together, or are they just in a group chat and Cummings is feeding him stuff like the two-tier Keir and, just things for Musk to jump on, to shift this over the window? Because Cummings is also critical of Farage.
Yes, he is.
So did that have anything to do with the little ruckus?
Well, I don't
know.
I think he's hedging his bets, because where this is concerned, Daily Mail were putting out a story that, it's a plot to sabotage Number 10.
Mm.
Well, we've all said we think it's like sort of regime change time at Number 10, as far as all the rest of them are concerned. Do you not think? Trevor's very quiet.
It's more than regime. I think it's drain the swamp time. I think Musk's probably just jumping on anyone who's fighting the system. So your likes of your Tommies and your Cummings and Farage, anyone who's against the establishment, I think Musk's just on board with them. Just any way we can, just fight back.
I seen a comment the other day that actually did sort of cross my mind.
Right.
Does Musk not sleep? Because he seems to keep tweeting at like bizarre times when he should be asleep. So what I'm getting at is that he must be being fed from this side of the pond.
Oh, he's got to be.
So I think that's where the Cummings could come into it. He's probably keeping him updated on certain issues.
And also educating him as well. And Labour have tried to ramp up their rhetoric against Musk, and there's all sorts of things. But have you noted that none of the top people are really coming forward in the same way that Musk is? So you don't see Keir Starmer responding, directly to Musk. You don't see any of that at all. I mean, Keir Starmer is talking about AI. Please.
Yeah, anything to take the distraction away from the serious topics, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't watch that, and I cannot watch that fella. I mean, there's a lot going on in America. When's Trump actually going into the inauguration?
A few days now, isn't it? About 6 days, 7 days.
Apparently, Keir Starmer and his cabinet members, his top cabinet members, have not been invited to the inauguration.
Wow!
What a surprise!
It's got to be a first, hasn't it?
Here's one for a certain age group, actually. Remember that Monica Lewinsky? Remember her?
Oh, yeah, Monica.
Monica, yeah. Well,
I never had sex with that woman.
Yeah, well, she's just turned 50.
Oh, my God.
Hey, how fast did grow up, eh? I mean, it seems like it was only yesterday she was crawling round on her hands and knees in the White House, putting everything in her mouth. I mean, it was only like yesterday. I mean, that's just a bit of an American touch there, just to start us off.
That'll be great for the American listeners. Hey, buddy, did you hear that one? All right. MAGA. Anyway, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, you mentioned the treatments. They've ramped it up. They have, haven't they?
Yeah.
In fact, what they've done is they're just doing this is some of their speak, right out of the Democratic playbook. That's the type of thing they'd say, isn't it?
Yep.
They literally using the same rhetoric. Well, everyone's far right. There's extreme, a threat to democracy. There's that one again. And what did that lead to? Oh, a couple of assassination attempts.
Yeah.
These people have really got to be careful now. They better just shut up, basically, because it's not going to work for them, is it? It failed in America, it's going to fail again. They don't learn, and that's all we know.
Well, and they're doubling down. So basically, I think number 10 and the advisors there have said, no response.
Yeah.
Go quiet. Don't rise to it. Okay. I mean, if Sir Keir Starmer could rise to anything, I wouldn't know. But there you go.
These people are the thickest people I've probably ever known.
I bet he had a job and he said, arise, Sir Keir. I bet he couldn't rise to that.
No, he can't do anything. Look, these people have that void. Look, these people are meant to be, they call themselves socialists, yeah. They're that void of ideas. They've actually gone to the private sector and the banking elite and asked them for ideas. Yeah, dead socialist, you muppets. Oh, they're so bad they can't even do their own thing.
So they've gone across, Rachel Reeves is in China.
Oh,
and, that was the big thing. And she's got, a deal which is like sort of chicken feed to the Chinese, 600 mil.
No, chicken fried rice you got.
Chicken fried rice. And that is, 120 million a year? I mean, what is that? It's absolutely nothing to the economy. Absolutely nothing at all. And yet, whilst everything else is going on, like, for example, I mean, Rupert Lowe is really seriously having a go at Keir Starmer. And he's now welcoming a number of Labour MPs who are now turning against Starmer, asking for the inquiry to take place. Now, if you get more of them, I mean, if one of them was to actually turn around and raise it in Parliament, properly raise it in Parliament, rather than outside and just murmurings, murmur, then maybe something might happen. But they're not. So it's just, grist for the mill for the newspapers, but no real tangible things there. Go ahead, Mark.
Two things I just want to go back to. She's in China. Well, the reason there is because she should be cozying up to the Americans, but they've kind of fallen out with them, haven't they, a little bit?
Oh, just a bit.
Because they've been acting like children, and everyone's literally Hitler. It's like, get a grip. Come on, give yourselves a shake. And then the inquiry. So Reform have suggested that they'll raise money for their own inquiry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, rather than everyone get on board with it, and do our best to protect the children who've been horrendously abused, no, the Lib Dems are actually trying to complain about Farage to Parliament by saying any of the money raised will be going into the Reform coffers. And you're not allowed to do that if you're a political party. And therefore, obviously, if they're a limited company, that goes into Farage's pocket.
Yeah.
So they might have a point with that, with them being a political party and a limited company. But the actual point of it is to get justice and to maybe try and put an end to this horrendous thing that's been going on for years. But no, let's just keep attacking the people who, the symptoms, the people who try and do something. Yeah. I think maybe Tommy's shamed Farage to do something, and so's Musk, and now Farage has tried to do something and he gets attacked. God, these people are just traitors to the core, aren't they? Like, come on, Lib Dems. But at the same time, they want to, when this bill comes back through that they tried to put the amendment on last time, the Lib Dems want to actually wait till it's in the committee stage.
Yeah.
So it'll actually go through with all the other child safeguards, plus they can try and add this on. So that's cognitive dissonance, isn't it? When 1 minute they want to help, next minute they're attacking people who want to help. Do they know what they're doing?
Well, I don't think they really do. I think they're firefighting at the moment because they've got that many different problems. They're being attacked from all directions, and they're being attacked by the richest man in the world. I think he's worth somewhere around about 340 billion. And the chances of them being able to respond to him, and especially American people who are standing behind the First Amendment over there, they've got no chance. It isn't going to happen. So the only thing he can do is double down on the dissenters in this country. Now,
That's exactly what they're doing, isn't it?
well, that's what
Well, you've got that woman coming out. I can't remember her name from. I've got no real interest in it, to be honest with you.
No brainer, Rainer.
No, not Rainer. No, the one who's come out today saying she's asking for an inquiry, and I think it's a woman from Rochdale, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't she just vote against them?
Yeah.
It's all right coming out now saying, "Oh well, we need an inquiry." Well, nobody voted against it.
Yeah.
Sarah Champion.
That's the one.
They're the
That's the one.
champion. That's it. Thanks, Mark.
The woman
Yeah.
with the Malin hairdo, with the silver streak that comes down.
So why
the
didn't
front.
she vote against Starmer then on the vote the other day?
I don't know.
Well, simply because she was whipped and she's not going to compromise her position, is she?
Well, that's the only thing, because she is worried. And so if he's doing that to his own people, imagine what he really cares about, the people of this country. It's
He doesn't care
disgusting.
about the people of this country, does he? It's as simple as that.
No, I don't think he does. I think he's got a problem with empathy, especially the way that he is. I mean, it's now being thoroughly understood by the British people that this guy is out to undermine them.
He tried to make a little joke about Luke Littler. Did you see that? When in the middle of that AI speech, and he was on about Luke Littler, and it was like, the bloke's just not funny. It was like his Christmas tree lights when he was turning them on, and he went, "Way!"
And nobody
responded. But as I said on a podcast about 2 podcasts ago, the irony of that is Luke Littler is actually more popular in this
Prime
country
Minister
than Keir Starmer.
Of course he is. Anyone is.
Statsman is more popular than our Prime Minister. The Gazelle is more popular than our Prime Minister.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Starmer was obviously listening to the podcast because he's commented on Luke Littler. He's tried to turn it round and make a joke of Luke Littler. So, if you listen again, Mr. Starmer, go on.
Oh, he's finished.
Resign.
I definitely think he's finished. I'll give way momentarily, sir. I think he's finished. I think he knows that. And the Home Office are putting out tweets saying, we are stopping, or we're getting rid of the people who have no right to be here. And they're not providing any facts. And I responded to them, and I'm probably going to get arrested for it, to say, you are destroying this country. There is no doubt about it. Their lack of efficiency is destroying this country. And I don't know what it is, why they're favoring these non-productive people, bringing them into the country. And they're literally flooding this country with these non-productive people that are costing the country money. And then they're actually going out of their way to tax the hard-working taxpayers of this country.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't. None of it makes sense.
None
of it makes sense. They should. Well, let's put it this way. I know that if Javier Milei was in here, he'd just have the boats out and saying, "Get him out of here." Everybody would. There's nobody in their right mind would keep on allowing these people to come across the channel.
I mean, pound at the minute, the pound's plummeting like Starmer's popularity, isn't it?
Yep. And
it's gone down against the dollar now. It's 1.19. It was 1.23 the other day. I've never seen currency fall that quick.
And also, inflation is rising. They know it. And the Bank of England are going to have to raise interest rates. So, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, you were talking about none of it makes sense. Well, let's see if you can make anyone, make this make sense. So Musk's the bad guy, is he? And he's the one interfering. But in my opinion, he's just giving a lot of people a massive kick up the backside and pointing out a lot of people's failures.
Yeah.
So they seem to be rewarding failure to make this make sense. So George Soros gets a medal, does he?
A medal of honor. A medal of freedom. Sorry.
I'll go through a little bit about George Soros. He's the guy who admitted in his own words, I've got the video, everyone's seen it, that he confiscated property from the Jews when he's a teenager and has zero remorse because, let's face it, someone else would have done it anyway, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And then the guy...
That's what he said.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
With his own words. And then I've got the tweets for this too. He funded pretty much the immigration invasion around the world. His own tweet, he gave 500 million. He does startups in countries to get immigrants to come in. And no doubt he would have had a hand in some of them NGO boats and stuff. And then the same guy, and this isn't me saying it, this is NPR, this is Forbes, this is the mainstream media. He forced the UK to devalue the pound.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell,
he raped us.
Yeah, what he was doing, I think he was buying gilts and then selling them lower or something, and then the government and the Bank of England kept having to buy our currency to try and keep it up, and then it could keep getting devalued. Then we had to put interest up to about 12%, the rate or something, and the estimated cost was about 3.3 billion. He played games with our economy. This guy, he gets a medal. Yet you come down on a ton of bricks, and people are literally Hitler for pointing out that people have turned a blind eye to girls being abused because they're cowards. How make that make sense?
And they're asking for people. Oh no, there is no sense to it. There is no sense. Now the only problem is that Soros, right, really can't compete with Musk, and Bezos and Zuckerberg are now falling in line. They're not. Yeah. They are going with the Trump administration. Trevor, they're going to Trumpity dump.
They are going to Trumpity dump because he's changing the whole. He get rid of the fact checkers, got rid of them, and I should imagine Nick Clegg will be going next.
Yeah, he's gone. I think he's gone.
Oh, is he gone? Because I don't think he'll be there much longer if he is.
He'd have been paid off though handsomely to get rid of him.
Of course, he's on 50 million a year anyway, wasn't he? So.
That's just about what Mark's on, isn't it, landlord?
How much?
50 million a year.
50.
No, 50 millilitres.
Chicken feed. Try billions. I said this, didn't I, the other week? Watch all the rats jump ship when Trump comes back. Yeah. Oh, mate, it's took literally weeks. It's so predictable.
I do not rate Starmer's chance on the 21st of January. When Trump walks into the White House fully loaded, ready to rock and roll and go. And knowing, Starmer must know he's got a massive problem not being invited to the inauguration. Unless Trump, changes his mind at the last minute, but I doubt it. But he knows he's got a real problem. Even if he does go, and just looks outside and goes, please, sir, can I come in? No. This is not Davos. Get out of here. Go ahead,
going
Mark.
to the other side of the world, aren't they? Like you said earlier on, they're going over to China and try and, get favour there, aren't they? Because they know what. I'm a bit concerned because I think Trump doesn't want to put tariffs on us, but he's going to have to do the way that Starmer's behaving.
Yeah. Just to get him in line and get him sorted out.
Yeah, just to get him in line. I think he will.
I think Mark was trying to speak then, sir, and you jumped in. You are Mr. Ultra Rude, maybe Wavy Tracy Baby.
Well, I might be getting a bit of a lefty on me then. I don't know. We've been start getting rude like that because I'm.
And Mark will give you a righty.
Yeah, I could be going that way.
Go ahead, Mark.
A righty hooky.
A righty hooky.
I was going to say, can we someone try and make this one make sense as well? So there was a guy. He was on GB News. He was having a go at Elon Musk. Oh, he's such a bad man. He said all these mean things about Keir Starmer and Jess Phillips. And then next minute, you know where I'm going, don't you? Next minute, he's pinned up against the wall by paedophile hunters. Now, let me say, alleged paedophile, because he's not been proven guilty.
No, he's been arrested, though, by the Sussex police.
His name is Ivor Kaplan. He was a former Labour MP for Hove and a Veterans Minister. And some of those veterans who work for them paedophile hunters were not too happy with him. No. So we'll see what his case brings. I will say he's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, but there's one guy on...
Doesn't look good, though, does it?
Yeah, there's one guy on X who has been arrested, or there is a threat to arrest him for releasing a tweet. He retweeted a tweet by Ivor Kaplan. And it looks like he's going to get arrested. Well, no further news about it as of yet, okay? But he could actually be arrested, prosecuted, and sentenced for anything up to 5 years.
For what?
For retweeting this tweet.
What tweet was it?
It's under the the Communications Act.
Okay? So here we go again then. People are going to do 5 years for tweets. But if, and I say if, because this guy could be innocent, if this Ivor guy gets found guilty, he won't be going to jail, will he?
No.
His intention was, apparently, because remember, meant to be innocent, he was there to meet a child for allegedly sex.
Yeah.
Not just one child, he wanted them to allegedly bring more children, I believe, in the video.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the messages I saw, if that's come from him, has got him banged to rights. But again, we can't mention that. But
we don't know. We don't know until it actually goes.
Until it goes
Who's
to
that other
court.
guy? That Labour councillor. He's up in court next week, isn't he? The one that was saying, what was it?
This is a big week for Labour. You've got Trump coming in, and that same week you've got the Southport trial. You've got the Ricky I'm going to cut your throat trial.
That's the one.
I think there's a few more. Is it the Manchester airport?
Yeah.
Possibly the one who stabbed the soldier because that's disappeared. There's going to be a lot going on, isn't there, the next few weeks? Oh dear, Keir.
It'll be like
end in tears.
What to pick? What to pick? I mean, the best thing would be if they relent and they say, yes, we will have the inquiry. I mean, damn. They're all going to get found out. Okay.
Oh, there will be an inquiry eventually, but whether it'll do anything, I think we don't stop there. I think we need another inquiry on jihad. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get to the bottom of exactly what makes certain people from certain religions blow themselves up, stab children, etc., etc. Because bless, it's only what do they call it? Unrelated incidents every day of every year for decades. Can't be connected, surely not.
No.
But if they're not connected, let's look into everything. Let's get all the scripture. Let's get everything, history, the works. And then we'll get to the bottom of it. And then if they're confident that there's not a problem with a certain religion, then it'll all be fine, won't it?
Yeah, supposedly. And right, that the gazelle's mouth is not connected to his brain. We don't think it's connected to his ears either. Oh, sorry, Gazelle. Could you hear us? Okay.
It's definitely connected to his ears because it's part of his face.
Oh, yeah, we can see that.
Yeah.
Look at those ears. You're taking your earrings out.
I know, but I hate this acne. It's doing me head in. I don't.
Acne, you're on age.
Teenage spots.
Acne.
Acne.
Well, we're going to end that one there. Okay. And, obviously the Gazelle had such a lot to say.
I've not actually. I mean, what can you say? I think we've said it all before.
Yeah.
And it's just coming day by day. I mean, watching Starmer today, I'm depressed.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Did you watch it? Yeah.
Well,
I can't listen to him for more than as soon as he goes, I've got to do something for working people. I switch off.
I know, I can't do it. And there was a statement came out earlier on that Rachel from accounts is depressed.
Oh.
It came out earlier on. She's actually feeling depressed at the moment by the way of the economy. Well, how do you think the rest of us feel?
Oh, God.
Depressed by hearing about it.
Prices. I took my suit to cleaners today. 15 quid.
To clean your suit?
Clean your suit. That's what they wanted to charge me. So I gave it to the charity shop next door anyway. They cleaned it, pressed it, and put it in the window. £4.50. Result. Yeah.
That's just like you. Oh, well.
You got to look after yourself.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it there. Take it easy, everybody.
So we don't really know what's going on with Musk and Cummings, but there'll be something, won't there? I think Musk's just playing the field, isn't he?
He's definitely going to release information about Starmer. It's going to be quite sensitive. If Starmer, they'll give him a chance, and if he doesn't back down, they'll start to release information.
Yeah, look, everyone wants to be Musk's friend at the minute, don't they?
I don't know. He seems a little bit of a political loose man to me. He's moving from one to the other, isn't he?
It's okay.
I can't say certain words because we might get cut off.
You mean a political slag?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can't say
ho,
that.
Baby, ho, political
I just did. So if anyone's offended, guess what? I don't really care.
No, we don't care.
Your problem, cry about it. Bye-bye.
You have to think of a way to get around the algorithms, but we can't.
We can't.
And just to finish it up anyway, because of this labour, I can't. If you give a lefty a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a lefty to fish, he'll steal your rod, your bait, your wallet, and then he'll call you a fascist.